Hi guys, this is gsno.com and I'm here with the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy A70. We've already unboxed the A80 recently and also reviewed the Galaxy A50, and now it's time to check out the Galaxy A70. It's got an Infinity U display, on-screen fingerprint scanner, super fast charging and a triple back camera, as you can see right here. 6 gigs of RAM and the price tag is around $350. Let's see what the device is about. So basically it's a souped up Galaxy A50 if you want. Okay, so I'm going to remove this thing here. You can see here the teardrop notch for the selfie camera, and here we have the blue version of the phone. There are several other funkier colors. There's coral, there's blue, there's black, and there's white. You may think this is glass. It's actually called 3D Glasstic. It's basically plastic made to look like glass, and we got a plastic frame as well. It's supposed to be a big phone, a 6.7-inch device, although the smaller weight makes it feels, well, more comfortable. Okay, it's an unboxing, so let's see what we get inside the box of the Samsung Galaxy A70. I'm going to start off with the charger, which is here, and it's pretty hefty. It promises super fast charging, and we should be talking here about charging at a pretty high level, something like 25 watts if I'm not mistaken. Okay, other than that, let's see what we also have inside the box. Okay, so let's put this charger here, not before looking at it once more. So 5 volts 3 ampere, 9 volts 2.77 amperes, and that's how the story goes. We're looking forward to see charge up the device. And then we have this cable here. It's of the USB Type-C variety, and also inside the box, tucked in well here, is the metal key used to access the slots. And when I say slots, you actually have two separate nano SIM card slots and a micro SD. And here you have a pair of headphones. I would say they're pretty typical to what you were receiving with the Samsung Galaxy A over the past 2 or 3 years, at least in the higher echelon, like the Galaxy A5s over the years. For example, not the A3s, the A5s, or the A7s, if anyone remembers those. Okay, so these are the things available inside the box. Now let's focus on the device. Unlike the other unboxings that we did here at gsno.com, this one is special because I've already played with the device, I've already set it up. I will read you of the process. So it's basically running on the already installed Android 9.0 Pie with One UI on top. I've even taken some pictures with it, I've did some benchmarks on it, and I can safely say it's a pretty solid mid-ranger. Now if you want to talk measurements, the waistline here is 7.9 millimeters and the weight is 183 grams, which frankly speaking is not too shabby for a 6.7-inch phone. Now the screen you're seeing here is a Super AMOLED 6.7-inch, as I mentioned before, a resolution of 2400 over 1080 pixels, or as some people would say, 2400 over 1080 pixels. And we also have Bixby in the mix, and of course we also have Wi-Fi connectivity. And let's turn down the brightness a bit more. Now aside from this big screen, we have a Snapdragon CPU inside. As you probably know already, some of the Samsung Galaxy A models have Exynos CPUs. This one has a Snapdragon 675 processor, accompanied by 6 gigabytes of RAM and also by 128 gigabytes of storage, plus a micro SD card slot. Okay, so as you can see, you have One UI here with the pretty big icons, which take a bit to get used to. They will grow on you eventually. We also have a 4500 milliampere hour battery inside, and we have an in-screen fingerprint scanner. So if you want to do the authentication, you're going to have to tap the screen. There's no fingerprint scanner here, just the one in the display. As I said before, the phone comes in dual SIM setups. There's also a single SIM setup, and here in this notch at the top side we have the front 32 megapixel camera, a potential selling point, as you'll see when the review is done. Now at the back side things get a bit more complicated because we have triple cameras here. There's 3 of them. I'm going to start with the LED flash, and then we have the main 32 megapixel shooter with f1.7 aperture and face detection autofocus, accompanied by a 5 megapixel camera, which is the depth sensor, good for bokeh, and finally the 8 megapixel shooter, which is the ultra wide one for your touristic shots. Other than that, USB Type-C port at the bottom, speaker here, audio jack, and this camera does 4K video capture and also does full HD at 60 frames per second, just in case you were wondering. This type of screen you're seeing here is called the Infinity U on account of the shape of the notch, and we're still trying to learn how to navigate this device. As I said before, we did some tests on it. You can see here a wide variety of pictures. In some ways it's superior to the Samsung Galaxy A50. In other ways it's pretty much the same. You're going to see that in the full review. On the connectivity front, there's ANT+, there's 4G LTE, there's Wi-Fi dual band, there's Bluetooth 5.0, NFC, and of course once again the audio jack. Now when everything is said and done, this is supposed to be a device for media consumption on account of the big screen. It's also supposed to be a typical mid-ranger with a typical triple camera, and this is the camera interface. You have a scene optimizer here which can recognize macro shots, landscape, and even food shots. We have the AR emoji here. You can alternate between cameras like this. You can swipe between the main camera and the wide angle one. You got video capture, we got a special super slow motion, regular slow motion, accelerated filming, which is basically, well, should be hyperlapse, and we have live focus, which is your own flavor of bokeh. Pro shot and panorama is part of the package as well. So this has been the first contact and the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy A70. You can already tell I've been spending time with it, and I'll be back with a full review very soon. Remember this, it's an upgrade from the Galaxy A50 for sure, and it's a phone for media consumption. Price tag around $350. This is Alex from jasonron.com, and I'll be back with a full review very soon. Bye bye.